Home prices are finally going to crash. Everybody knew that there had to be a big market correction because prices went up too fast. And now we finally have confirmation that the market is going to go through a steep decline and we're finally going to get this big correction in prices. And that's actually a false headline that went on and on and on over the last year or so. And everybody, at least a lot of people, myself included, have done tons of videos and saying, if that's true, where will this inventory come from? Even though demand's falling from the Fed increasing rates, where will that demand come from to have that happen in prices? And the answer is it never came. And now you have Zillow and Core Logic saying, actually, you know what? We're going to start having appreciation again, and we're calling the bottom of the market, and actually things are going to start headed up again. There's an article from Fortune magazine saying national home prices just bottomed out. It says real estate data juggernaut Core Logic. Core Logic tracks a lot of data in the real estate market. They go on here to kind of show how they calculate that data and what they expect. Easiest thing to do is to go to Core Logic's website and see what they're saying, which actually they've been saying this all along, which is they were saying they thought we'd get a 4.4% increase in appreciation. Now they're saying 3.7%. That's year over year. And that's no surprise because there's no inventory, means prices are more likely to increase. No, they're not going to probably skyrocket like they did before, but at the same time, as far as the competition goes, that has really started to increase. This is a slide I was covering a lot in December when I was doing different presentations, and I think it's interesting to look back on it now because what it seemed like to me is that real estate markets are cyclical. We were going to have typically a 4 to 6 year normal market, 1 to 2 years of a boom market, and then we always have some kind of market correction. We just went through a market correction where prices did not go down, but the number of transactions fell from 6.5 million to call under 4.5 million. And that's what this number is saying here, that I thought peak news negativity would be first or second quarter of 2023. We're going to come back to that. And the interest rates would fall much faster than what people think, which I still believe. And that a lot of real estate agents and lenders would be getting out of the market because there would be just less transactions available. And the people that knew how to hunt and fish would do well or had a big market share or already been in the market for a while, so they have a bigger reach. We're going to do really, really well. Why newer agents or agents that don't know how to market or do those things would have more and more problems forcing lenders and realtors to get out of the market when there's less business. Another interesting article that I think is good news here, Fannie Mae came out with this article saying consumer confidence in housing market remains near historic lows. And if you look right here, they're saying 80% of the people think it's a bad time to buy, while only 54 to 58%, I went up to 58% of people who think it's a good time to sell. God, is it a good time to sell right now over the summer? And almost 51%, actually the share of the share who think mortgage rates will stay the same increased to 34%. But 51% of the people think rates are going to get worse. So that means about 80% of the people or so, let's call it, think the market's going to be about the same in rates or get a little worse with the same time when rates are improving. Why is this good news? Because you might think, well, it's bad news if 80% of the people think it's a bad time to buy. I think it's great news because like I showed on that slide, we are coming out of the peak negativity cycle. Zillow just changed their forecast. Core Logic just changed their forecast. And this is a trend you're going to see continue, in my opinion. I don't have a crystal ball. Don't get your financial advice from me. But the way I'm setting up my business is this year is going to pick up speed slowly as the year goes on. There's going to be limited inventory, which is going to be a damper on sales, but there's going to be a lot of demand coming in the market of people that want to buy. And then at some point when rates get below or closer to 5%, you're going to get a lot more supply. So what do you do with that? I found this article, and I want to bring this last point home because I talked to so many agents that I asked them, what do you do every day to get business? And I read this chart here, only 12% of clients use their agent again, and 88% of homeowner surveys said they would use their real estate agent again if they bought or sold a home. That means right now, I know a lot of people that were spending money on Zillow and Realtor.com, most of them have stopped because there's not a big ROI on it. Where's the big return on investment? Is pursuing daily activities that is increasing your sphere, increasing your influence, and talking with the people that already know, like, and love you through automation, phone calls, home bought, getting them off of Zillow, and doing things that is kind of, the whole proverbial real estate farming, getting the next crop ready because more people are going to buy. There's a lot of pent up supply. If people can get rates low enough where they can justify trading in that equity and getting a bigger home. And you want to make sure that you're working with the people that already would use you if they just remembered that you were the person to call. So double down on calling past clients, marketing to past clients, increasing your reach and sphere. Worry less about spending money on Zillow and all those things. Maybe there'll be a place for that again. I don't know. But right now, that's what the data shows. Lots of activity this year compared to last year. I think there's going to be a lot more opportunity, more first-time home buyer programs coming on as far as what the government's getting behind and what Fannie Mae's doing. Just actually made it so that people with lower credit scores get lower rates, which helps them qualify. And lastly, I will say there's all these programs coming out. Those are just tools. Don't ask your lender what programs they have. Ask them what they can do to help you get more business, close more deals, pre-approve people in a way that takes people that are iffy and get them all the way to where they can buy. Are they creating plans for people? And are they tracking your clients that are saying we're going to wait a little bit so that you can have your lender's help, who's often talking to those clients right after you do, trying to pre-approve them so that those are coming back to you when they call their lender and say, hey, we're ready to get pre-approved. That's what we do. If you have any questions on this or anything else, reach out to me. Have a great week. Let me know what I can do to help. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.